It has been the one who was the Gragas for the first 5 games of this series. Sorry, for the first 4 games, and then the last game, the 5th game, they gave it to NOMEL. So, what a humongous flex pick for KT.RY every single time, and it's still a wonder to me that NAOS refuses to ban the Gragas.
Yeah, it's a simple case of they're thinking that this is the lesser evil, but so far that's been like the bigger evil, the greater evil in this series, right? This Gragas pickup being flexed by Zero by NOMEL has been a bigger headache for NAOS every single time out. But NAOS is just daring WRL to pick the champion over and over again, and will be responding with a hard lockdown, going for the Wukong and the Nautilus as well.
Yeah, a very, very hard lockdown, because I feel like they've NAOS eSports have kind of come to the conclusion that they cannot survive against KT.RY or get a comeback if they do not have a way to hard engage. And Nautilus is one of those champions. And Wraith on that Nautilus, he is one of these scarier Nautiluses that we have seen. But now, looks like KT.RY going to be going with the same 3 picks they had in the first game, or in the last game that we saw. Yeah. Going to be Luna on the Ziggs and Zero on the Corki with NOMEL pick. Maybe NOMEL picking up the Gragas, but it could also be Rattel, honestly.
The biggest adaptation for NAOS side is now they are able to lock in the solution for themselves, which means that this Gragas in the mid lane is already out of the picture, right? You cannot... Well, you still can, but it will definitely have a harder time in the laning phase. Not just in the first few minutes, but also when the Lucian swaps over to the side lane. You will have enough wave clear as a Gragas, but the potential of the Lucian dashing in and just, dishing damage over and over again will definitely be a problematic side for WRL. And NAOS is now thinking that, hey, you know what? This Gragas will definitely not going to be put in the mid lane because there's a Corki, there's a Ziggs, but we still have to ban away the Assassins.
They really do have to. So they're still a big risk, of the Akali, and of course have to take away Do's signature jungler. You cannot let him get on that Kha'Zix, because the times where he was on that Kha'Zix, the games that he was able to run rampant,
the games were easy.
Yeah, the games were so easy for KT.RY, and it was I think it was the last time he played Kha'Zix in this series, it was like a 16-minute game. Very, very easy for KT.RY to just run rampant if you give that to Do. But the final ban's coming in. No Vi for Zaupi and
Garen?
No Jax for Calm.
Do you even lock the Garen here just to prevent the Garen being on? Actually, if you're NAOS, you want Garen to be locked in here by WRL, because if you're planning a double marksman composition, at least going against a Garen would be a lot easier. You could easily chunk down a face fronting Garen. But if anything, we have seen a lot of times that the Garen has... What? I don't think this will ever...
What?
This is a win lane win game. It is most likely going to be a lock support. Is it going to be a lock support though? This is now because very good response though by WRL. What a reversal! Going for an Olaf, disabling all the crowd control that comes his way. That might just be the checkmate, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god, I feel so bad for NAOS eSports now, because they were like, alright, I'll pull something out, we'll pull something cool out, we'll pull out the Lux for either Mirmo or Mitsura, and then they just get hit with a jungler that doesn't care about your light bindings.
Mirmo's still going for an APC. And you know what, Jitan, we have reared about patch 4.2 or patch 4.2a to become the marksman meta. But hey, you know what? We're back. We're back to the APCs.
We're back to APCs, and then we got marksman in the mid lane.
The Ziggs, the Corki are still... Sorry, the Ziggs, the Lux, still very much present in the playoffs. And they had a lot of time to practice. We have to remember that we entered a short pause heading into the playoffs, like a 1-week pause that allowed all the teams to be able to practice on patch 4.2a, and all those scrimmages most likely has just resulted into one thing. APCs are still the best way to play Wild Rift.
Yeah, Yeah, we kind of wish for it to be a little bit different now because of all the buffs to the marksman items, but still, for efficiency's sake, a lot of AP carries in the bot lane are still very, very safe to play, and they do a lot of damage come the mid to late game, and they really can carry the fight, especially with the amount of damage that a Ziggs can put down range just pretty much anytime he's near you. No wonder that Ziggs usually gets highest damage in the entire game whenever he's picked up, and Luna is one of those most terrifying Ziggs in the APAC region, especially before the marksman meta, and even now. So another tough hill for NAOS to climb, especially with Do once again invading into this top jungle.
Always been the case, but at least now is firm with their decision making that they want at least one buff secured by Zappy. The blue buff gets secured by him, and so now he's going to traverse towards the red buff. No challenge. I don't think KT.RY will be in the position to challenge this potential all-in on the red buff of KT.RY, and so it will just be a vertical jungle, right? Both teams. Wait, is Calm going to get doved?
They're setting up for it, a level 2 dive onto Calm perhaps?
So.
Or are they just gonna go for the tower plates? Because no being there, I don't quite agree with that. They did get one plate at the very least, but his presence being detected there in the top lane just gives Zalpi a lot of leeway to, go for basically the same thing here. They're pressuring Rattel under tower. Now NAOS are the ones who are pressuring plates.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult now for them. Calm, he is going to be taking a lot of damage there. Will be able to back away. He's a Garen, so he can regen all that health. But back to the bottom lane, Rattel not having the best time here because there's 3 people in his lane.
True, and plus we have to remember that the bottom lane tower is definitely a lot squishier than the top lane tower in the first few minutes of the game. First 2 minutes and a half, if I'm not mistaken. And plus the fact that Wraith is not hitting the tower also grants enough advantage for NAOS to get the tempo advantage here. Will they be able to secure this tower in time,
I don't think so. I don't think so. Both teams are trying to go for that first tower. They will be going on to Rattel. There's like hiding, and this could be the first blood. It will be. It will be Zalpi finishing him off for that first blood. Cobb gets to the top lane in time to save this tower, and the bot lane tower goes to NAOS eSports for the first turret. Everything is now going NAOS' way. Look at that early lead they've gotten, 1.5k.
Again, we just have to remember that there is definitely an inherent advantage, armor-wise, resistance-wise, on the tower that is on the other side of the map. It was built that way to make sure that the Dragon Laners will stay in the Dragon Lane rather than the other way around. And so, with that small advantage, NAOS was able to get a tower for themselves and also prevent KT.RY from securing something for themselves. And so now, if you're NAOS, what do you do? If you're ROSRY, what do you do? Like, this tempo advantage for NAOS is not something that we have seen from them anytime in this series, right? Every single time that we've seen NAOS win, it was kind of from behind.
Oh wow, that's a great stat to know. Every game we've had, the red side has won. That's fair. Every single game, the blue side Nexus has exploded. So good to know, and that NAOS is on the red side. Patterns. Yeah.
So what do you call the opposite of red magic? Blue magic? Really?
Blue magic. Wait a minute, that's a store.
That's
where you buy. Yeah, that's where you buy the.
That's a local store though. That's a local store though. Like for all the Western viewers that we do have here, it's not a store from other places in the earth. Only here in the Philippines. But anyway, NAOS is still doing a very good job in controlling everything that KT.RY wants to do for themselves. It's a complete contrast of what happened during game number 5, and so now NAOS. This small lead is definitely on their side. Nomel threatened that flash all in, and he just wanted to bait out the flash from Mitsuru.
Mitsuru, though, nerves of steel in front of that Grog, as he just either nerves of steel or he just forgot the flash and he just stood in his face. But yeah, I feel like he was waiting to react to the flash instead of wasting it needlessly. So,
Yeah.
you know, good on Mitsura having those nerves. And I just want to go back to the Blue Magic joke. I gotta commend on lose for the good punt that you get the golf clap from me. But now, Nomel, he is going to be maybe in a tiny bit of danger here from Zalpi. Wraith and Miramar are also there as well, matching the presence of KT.RY's dual lane.
Yeah, and also ease of execution now is able to just lock down. This is like doubling down on the hard lockdown potential of their lineup, right? Like with NAOS, they could have anyone engage, and a follow through from Mirmo's burst will definitely be there.
Yeah, the light bindings are keeping KT.RY on their toes, but Reptel is here. He doesn't have smite, but they do know that the jungler is over there, so they can. Oh my God, there is the big ultimate there. Nomel has gone bye now. And now has control of this Rift Herald. Zalpi is going to be coming in as well as Reptel coming in a little bit late. Mirmo and Mitsura pretty low, and they will get a red stop. And there's the barrier. Will it be able to save Mitsura? Yes, it will with that extra shield. And let's see, there is the kill finally onto that Renekton, and the fade away onto Wraith. But Zalpi at least was able to seal it out. Both objectives go the way of NAOS eSports.
Yeah, similar to what happened during game number 4. NAOS eSports was able to secure 2. Oh, Zalpi! Oh man, Luna very cheeky with his plays. Now Luna flashed away though, like for some reason. Anyway, so again, KT.RY did suffer a massive defeat, surrendering 2 objectives to the side of NAOS, and now still has the opportunity to summon the Rift Herald here in the mid lane. Remember, the first hour was already broken down to pieces by NAOS. We look into that replay once again, and this is the hard lockdown, ease of execution. All you have to do is to get someone, focus him down, execute using the Garen ultimate, and everything will just follow through. Now, like, if you're KT.RY, what do you do with this? All you can do is to wait for the Olaf to have enough resistances to be that threat against them. But Mitsura is still a very good denial to that game plan, because his damage is definitely going to get felt here by the members of KT.RY.
Yeah, and I love that fadeaway auto attack onto Calm, but this is so much pressure coming in from NAOS eSports. Mirmo actually doing a lot of damage on the Lux, but he picked that champion when he locked it in. I actually did not have the most confidence, because Lux does not have the best record in the WRL.
No.
She is... I don't think we've seen a Lux win yet, but this could be the exception. You know, Mirmo could bring the Demacian Sorceress to victory here.
Well, there was a win, but it's not played in the Dragon Lane. It was played as a support. If I remember correctly, it was a Ryzen playing it for Fennel. So there was that one lone of exception. But there's a big asterisk to it, because it was played as a support, not as a Dragon Laner. So you're still right on that one, Jitan. But KT.RY was finally able to get something for themselves. That's their first tower. They worked hard for it, though. Like, we have to remember that at 2 minutes, that was the help part of that tower. And it took them 5 minutes or 6 minutes to even finally destroy that tower.
Yeah, because, you know, NAOS eSports has done a really good job of just being there to defend the tower until just basically now. And they have been able to pressure the other towers of KT.RY, and they are pressuring the top lane here now as well. Calm is going to be there in that bot lane to try to defend it against Zero and Nomel. Zalpi knows that Doe is there. They know that possibly Nomel is there. So Zalpi just trying desperately to get to that tower before the rest of KT.RY get to it. And they are going to go for a dive onto Calm. The explosive cast did hit, but they were not able to confirm it before he was able to flash away. So this dive and this tower take will be botched by KT.RY. But now Wraith, he is on the chase, maybe looking for a little bit more, because as that tower take was a failure in KT.RY, it was a success for Mitsura in the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, Mitsura is now becoming a problem for KT.RY. They cannot send anyone to really deal with him. Like, at this point, he's definitely going to win any matchup. Be it against Rattel, be it against Luna on the Skorky, it should be a very favorable lane for him. This has been like one of... I mean, outside of that Lux pick, now we are starting to realize what really made things work for NAOS, right? Like, their double marksman composition, Mitsura's ability to really play the marksman very, very well has been so good for them. And so now, I mean, what do you do if you're KT.RY?
I honestly do not know. If you are KT.RY, but they apparently they have their own plans here. They're going to apply a lot of pressure in the lanes where they know they can. Which is basically the top lane because and they already have the tower there. But they are also looking to just kind of get these little guerrilla
warfare.
Guerrilla plays in, guerrilla warfare on these towers as soon as they can. They try to start up the dragon, and what they're really trying to do is distract NAOS eSports around the map, so that maybe NAOS, feeling the pressure, will slip up and make a mistake.
Yeah, but the waves are pushing in favor of NAOS eSports in the bot lane, so that's a small advantage that they could bank on. This small macro is definitely on the side of NAOS, but KT.RY is not letting up. A potential engage by a single member.
But that's a hit from Rave as he just dives in with the depth charge to secure the big ultimate from Mirmo onto 2. But
Rattel?
no kills were secured just yet. Rattel did dive in really deep, but he wasn't punished all too hard for it. The Drake did go to the side of NAOS eSports though, so KT.RY just forsook that Drake. And that's 2 out of 3 for NAOS.
Yeah, and although it did not net into a kill for NAOS eSports, it was enough for them to get another objective for themselves. Oh, we are going to enter a short pause here, G10. But what a game so far. What a series. Every single game has been so entertaining and has been one-sided, to say the least.
I don't mind it. I honestly do not mind it because this is the most competitive match we have seen against KT.RY by an APAC team. Because for like the 10 weeks of the round robins, KT.RY was dominating the APAC scene. They were undefeated. Yeah, they had like game 3s against other teams, but for the most part, it just felt like an insurmountable obstacle. But now, with NAOS eSports fighting back like this, it feels like KT.RY can actually be beaten. This is something that is basically unprecedented from the rest of APAC.
Yeah, I mean, NAOS eSports has always been that biggest wildcard. We have to remember that there was only one APAC team that was able to win a specific CN powerhouse, and that was FPX, right? It was just NAOS and just them, right? Like, it is a team that can win against anyone and can also lose to anyone. I'm very coin flippy at that. But do not make any mistake in saying that, hey, you know what, this is just NAOS being able to, I would say, outluck their opponent. No, the amount of preparation that they do in every single game is so evident that you could see right now in every single time that they get the red side, except for that G4, if I'm not mistaken, they are the one pressing the advantage. And similar to game number 2, NAOS is just content to play KT.RY's style. Be patient about it. Do not force any team fights, because why would you? I mean, the only way for you to surrender the lead that you were able to surmount is if you go for unnecessary clashes.
Yeah, and unnecessary clashes are not the style of KT.RY, so that's understandable that they're not going for that.
Sure.
Side note though, I love the effects of the Novolutions.
Novolution? Right.
So nice. I wish they had this in the PC version because look at that. Look at that W.
The Ardent Blaze is definitely blazing, I would say. Oh, Zappy. Okay. Luna. Quick to his feet, was able to jump above ground. But again, it is still a controlled game for NAOS. All they have to do is to follow the fundamentals, the checklist that has been provided to them by their coach. And that is to not go for any engage, just go for vision control. And all those 50-50s, when it comes to objective takedowns, will definitely be beneficial to the side of NAOS because they have superior damage at this point in the game.
Yeah, and right now, even Mirma is a huge threat that KT.RY has to consider. You cannot get near that Lux or else risk getting hit by a light binding. And when you hit, unless you are Doe, you get hit by a light binding, you either have to pop stasis or it's over.
Right. And one of the bigger adaptations as well by NAOS, right? Like this Lux pickup, pretty much changed the tides during the drafting phase. Has always been a support staff diff. Whenever we look into the series, it's really just going to come down to who did the better adjustment. And so far, NAOS and KT.RY is displaying that they are definitely deserving of the playoff spot right now.
Oh, they're just gonna go for the Baron? Are they gonna commit to it? This is the question, or are they just trying to bait it out so that KT.RY tries to commit to something happening in the bot lane? But no, they just peel off of it and reset.
Yeah, I mean, had there been no war there, I think they would go for the flip. But WRL,
they're just gonna go for the tower and get out of there. But the flash from Calm, he didn't drop the sword though. The Dual Justice not coming out. Yeah, not very calm at all. He is enraged at the moment, which is weird because it's Olaf who should be the one enraged by that Ragnarok. But yeah, just a little bit of a tower take there. KT.RY trying to even out the gold diff as much as he can.
This chess match is still happening right now, but KT.RY was able to at least find something for themselves in getting that tower in the bot lane. So the only first tower remaining in the game right now is that mid lane tower for NAOS side. But if you're NAOS, you're happy and content in just trading it out, because come the next objective, and that will be the third dragon. We all know, if there is a red magic that we know.
That could be it though, because they have isolated the key member. Zaupi has been taken out immediately, bursted down, but no light binding will hit there from Mirmo. Will that just be Zaupi, or will KT.RY want more? No, they will disengage right after that kill. As I said, any single opportunity that they can take, any advantage, they'll take it.
That's all Nomel. Nomel just figured out that NAOS wouldn't be prepared in that all-in, and that was against the jungler. The jungler is integral, especially at this point in the game, because the smite, of course, the smite will only be available if you have the jungler alive and kicking. And so now, Dappy's still not alive, and so... Well,
that was a very ambitious engage there, but they are wanting to fight this a little bit. There is the calling coming through. There is not going to be a steal here. I'm pretty sure Doe is the one who secures it, but the secured kill will be coming in for Calm, and then another one for Mitsura. From the back comes Zaupi. He goes for the Cyclone, but not committing to that. He didn't want to die, but that's still 2 kills for NAOS.
Yeah, and the jungler is down means that NAOS could just go straight to the Purple Worm. That teleport play coming from NAOS, there's no reason for them to go in except if they have that teleport play in their back pocket. And now KT.RY was trying to do the same and will still challenge this without a jungler.
Yeah, there's a Mega Inferno bomb coming through, but it's a little bit too early. The smite will secure it. That is Baron for NAOS eSports. Now they go for the Baron power play.
Right, okay, so now he's...
Blue buff. Whoa! Look at that damage!
Yeah, he wanted to snipe the blue buff though, but Zero still able to secure it for himself. But we'll look into that replay, see how it all happened. Again, ease of execution, everybody. You look at Riv, all he needs to do is to lock down a specific member. It doesn't matter if it's Rattel, or it doesn't matter if it's Daw. If it's Daw, you cannot Ragnarok the Motion Justice, man. The only thing that you cannot counter is death.
Yes. The best CC in the game
is a gray screen. Exactly.
Yeah, the gray screen glitch, you know. Guys, I have a glitch. My screen is gray, and I can't control my champion. What's happening? But yeah, that's the only CC that, Ragnarok can't go through. So that's the way. You just burst down the jungler, and he won't be able to contribute to the fight at all. So now NAOS eSports with the Baron buff, they will start to push and apply pressure, try to siege out these remaining towers. They've already gotten the mid tier 2, they've gotten the top tier 2, and then it is on to the inhibitors.
Yeah, just a few seconds left. Maybe 2 waves worth of Baron buff available to NAOS. By the way, Calm already has Hull Breaker, so his push is very much reliable right now. Yeah,
he's got that extra resistances, and this inhibitor tower in the mid lane is not long for this world. It does go down. Now the rest of NAOS, they can go into the top lane. They're looking for more. A good dodge into the light binding from all of those. Oh, wow, that Comet did a lot of damage actually on the members of KT.RY. But this siege is starting to peter out, and NAOS eSports, they want to go back. They want to spend their money.
You know what? I would commend KT.RY in at least being able to just surrender one inhibitor tower, because oftentimes whenever we see a Baron power play, it almost always certainly results into 2 inhibitor towers open for the opponent. But KT.RY stood their ground, just made sure to make it a lot harder. Wait, Mitz!
Ooh!
Okay. Cool. I was so close. Had it had it connected the body slam, Mitsuru could have been a very dead Lucian there.
Elder Drake now, though. This is going to be the next battlefield to fight on. But nobody has yet made their way down there. Calm, though, trying to push the advantage. There is a good dredge line onto Doe. But not the death charge yet. No commitment there. Is Doe knew that he didn't have to pop Ragnarok. Right? Nobody was going to commit to it. But they are going to come in onto Calm here in the bottom lane. They will try to burst him down while the rest of NAOS is going to be coming through. There's Zappy, though, from the back. He goes for the Cyclone. Now everybody from the Indie Roll Y is kind of clumped up. Perfect Cyclone targeting. Oh, swing and a miss from the Mega Inferno Bomb. It hits nothing. That is down already. There's a light fighting onto 2. And Luna has been taken out. Rattel gets hit by that dredge line. 0 now getting slowed down. There's another kill for Mitsura, and this should be it. Game number 6 for NAOS eSports, and we will be going to game number 7.
Who would have guessed? All games going the full distance here, G10. We are headed into the decider game 7.